Forbes just published a scathing report claiming Kylie Jenner is not a billionaire, and Kylie has responded.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Shared News. We gotta talk about this Kylie stuff. It's pretty insane. But before we get into it, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any updates. Hello you guys, it is once again Renee Ariel and Fiona Zaring.
Hello.
Okay, Fiona, let's just dive into it because this is a mess.
Yeah, this is absolutely wild. So I'm sure you all remember back in 2019, Kylie was crowned the youngest self-made billionaire at 21 years old by Forbes magazine. And today, they completely revoked that status. They published a report titled Inside Kylie Jenner's Web of Lies and Why She's No Longer a Billionaire. So literally right there, you can tell where this is going to go and the tone of the whole piece. They're alleging that Kylie and her team could have been inflating the success of their beauty business over the years. So to give you guys a refresher, Kylie's billionaire status was solidified when she sold 51% of her Kylie Cosmetics to beauty giant Coty in a deal valued at $1.2 billion. Yes, that is billion with a B. Forbes now thinks that Kylie, even after pocketing an estimated $340 million after taxes from that sale, is not a billionaire. So why do they think this? In their report, they said, quote, filings released by publicly traded Coty over the past 6 months lay bare one of the family's best kept secrets. Kylie's business is significantly smaller and less profitable than the family has spent years leading the cosmetics industry and media outlets, including Forbes, to believe. So pretty wild accusations on their part. This entire report came as a big shock, and they go into some detail.
Yeah, this is truly insane. So Forbes went into detail on how they think Kylie's been inflating the business and took things, you guys, all the way back to 2016, analyzing Kylie's business claims from her first 18 months. So they claim that in July of 2016, that Jenner publicists began a campaign to get a Forbes cover for Kylie, which is so insane to think about. So Kylie's team was reporting that their revenues were $400 million over the business's first 18 months, with a personal take-home pay of $250 million for Kylie. You know, just like a little take-home pay. Forbes requested proof, and they opened up their books. So Forbes was shown tax returns detailing $307 million in 2016 revenues and personal income of more than $110 million for Kylie that year. I've never felt so poor reading a story. But the documents did not convince them. So basically, Forbes doubted that Kylie Cosmetics grew from nothing to $300 million in sales in a single year. They didn't think it was possible. And after consulting with analysts who also found the claims implausible, they settled on, quote, a more reasonable estimate for our 2017 Celebrity 100 list. $41 million in overall earnings for Kylie, good for the number 59 spot. Kris was so frustrated. The Jenners' PR flack shot back. We've done so much. This whole thing literally is so insane to me. When I read this article, I was like, wait, what's going on? And then the deeper it gets, it's just insanity. If the lengths that they went to,
it's also really crazy because like just reading that part from the report is such an interesting look at like what goes into these Forbes lists. I see the list, yes. I read them, I'm like, cool, great, whatever. Meanwhile, Kylie and her camp were campaigning for a number way higher on that list than what Forbes ultimately gave them. So it's very interesting to see how it all pans out. After that happened, a few months later, a WWD article came out using the exact numbers the Jenners first tried to give Forbes. So those numbers, like we just said, would have landed her a much higher spot on that list. A quote from the WWD article said, there has been raging speculation about the size of her business, with guesstimates ranging from 50 million up to 300 million. Well, here's the bad news for more established beauty players. Jenners surpassed the higher figure with ease. Kylie Cosmetics actually has done $420 million in retail sales in just 18 months, Kris Jenner revealed. And again, in this article, they provided WWD with documentation. So flashing forward to the summer of 2018, those numbers that originally came out in this WWD article, which Forbes had initially basically rejected, have been backed and widely accepted in the industry. Analysts, experts, etc. They're looking at these numbers. They're saying, yep, they seem legit. That year, the Jenners told Forbes the business was up 7% to $330 million. So in Forbes' report, they say, quote, based on her rapid success certified by industry sources, plus those 2016 tax returns, Kylie appeared on the cover of Forbes magazine in July 2018, ranking number 27 on our listing of the richest self-made women. At age 20, she was worth $900 million, we estimated, and would soon become the youngest self-made billionaire ever. So of course, we all remember this. This was her Forbes cover moment. It was iconic. It was like this crazy news. She had not only gone on to be the world's youngest billionaire, but the richest Kardashian, which is kind of a crazy thing to understand. But Renee, why don't you take us back to present day, because this is where things really start to go off the rails.
Yes, you guys, let's jump back to present day and dive into this new information that's led Forbes to revoke her status. So according to a Coty presentation, revenues over a 12-month period preceding the deal were $177 million, which is far lower than the published estimates at the time. Coty said that the sales were up 40% from 2018, meaning the business only generated about $125 million that year, nowhere near the $360 million the Jenners had led Forbes to believe. Forbes was also told by Kylie's reps that her skincare line, which launched in May 2019, did $100 million in revenues in its first month and a half. And the filings showed the line was actually on track to finish the year with just $25 million in sales. On top of all of that, you guys, they're also alleging that Kylie did not own the business outright. Coty's purchase agreement specifically lists a KMJ 2018 irrevocable trust controlled by Kristen M. Jenner as owning a profit interest in Kylie Cosmetics. The quote said, the Jenners initially told Forbes that the trust holds money Kylie Jenner earned before she turned 18 and that Kylie is the beneficiary. But the trust appears to have been created well after Kylie turned 18 and the Jenners declined to offer any proof to back up their claims. Drama. On top of that, they said, given the lack of clarity and the history of lies, we're erring on the side of caution and assuming that the trust belongs to Kris Jenner. That means Kylie Jenner owns an estimated 44.1% of Kylie Cosmetics rather than 49%. It's crazy, right? Like, this is only getting crazier.
I'm telling you, as I continued reading the report on and on, I was shocked by so many things, but mainly like Forbes magazine just called out one of the most powerful celebrity families as liars. I mean, it is a scathing, like barely even cuts it. I think this report held no punches. So basically, the report poses this question, and I'm going to quote. They say, if Kylie Cosmetics did $125 million in sales in 2018, how could it have done $307 million in 2016 as the company's supposed tax returns state, or $330 million in 2017? I mean, I am no expert, but those are some pretty wild questions. They do offer... Yeah, they do offer two theories to explain. So the first is Kylie's business quietly fell by more than half in a single year, which, to be clear, they don't even think this is likely. They basically say that that doesn't make any sense. Industry experts don't really believe that that is possible. So to quote, this is what they do believe. They say, The business was never that big to begin with, and the Jenners have lied about it every year since 2016, including having their accountant draft tax returns with false numbers to help juice Forbes' estimates of Kylie's earnings and net worth. While we can't prove that those documents were fake, though it's likely, it's clear that Kylie's camp has been lying. So again, you do not make a statement like that, especially this is not a tabloid. This is Forbes. This is a really well-respected source. So I think that right there shows how extreme this report is, because this had to be signed off by so many people if they were going to publish accusations that extreme. So again, this is what Forbes has concluded. They're saying, quote, taking all this new information into account and factoring in the pandemic, Forbes has recalculated Kylie's net worth and concluded that she is not a billionaire. A more realistic accounting of her personal fortune puts it at just under $900 million. Which, I don't know about you, but $900 million.
It's just nice to know that Kylie is more like us than we thought. We thought she was a billionaire. It's no. She only has $900 million. It's fine.
Well, wait. Just under $900 million. Even more humble.
Of course. She's just, you guys, celebrities are just like us. Billionaires, millionaires, and us common folk. You guys, the craziest part about this is Kylie actually responded to all of it, which is it my birthday? Did my birthday come earlier this year? Because this is all I want. This is the drama and quarantine I'm living for currently. Okay. So Kylie took to Twitter to directly respond to the report in a series of tweets. Let's get started. So first she said, "What am I even waking up to? I thought this was a reputable site. All I see are a number of inaccurate statements and unproven assumptions, LOL. I've never asked for any title or tried to lie my way there ever, period. Even creating tax returns that were likely forged, is that your proof? So you just thought they were forged? Actually, what am I reading? I can name a list of 100 things more important right now than fixating on how much money I have." And look, can I just say, she does have a point. This is not the time to be but is Kylie a billionaire? You know what I mean? There's so many more important things going on. However, does it make it any less entertaining? Absolutely not.
So here's the thing. Forbes basically gave her that title. Forbes is the source. They're the people with the power. They're the ones who get to make these calls. And I think interesting that they didn't make the calls she had wanted them to in the past already. They don't care what you think your title is. They feel that they are entitled, and they're Forbes, to give you the title they think you deserve. So on the one hand, I'm somebody at Forbes is sitting around, probably a little bored, figuring out the tea of the century. But on the other hand, I have to say exactly what you said. I agree with Kylie. There is a lot going on in the world right now. And at the end of the day, when you go through all of that information to boil it down to, she's not a billionaire. She's a little shy of 900 million. As a regular folk with no million to my name, I'm what freaking ever, man. She's still a lot richer than I'll ever be. But again, besides the point, basically Kylie is shutting it all down. She says that there's no proof to any of it. And her attorney also released a statement to People. So in addition to her tweets clearing it up on her own, her attorney told People magazine, quote, "Forbes' accusation that Kylie and her accountant forged tax returns is unequivocally false, and we are demanding that Forbes immediately and publicly retract that and other statements. It is sad that of all things, Forbes has devoted 3 reporters to investigate the effect of the coronavirus crisis on Kylie's net worth. We would not expect that from a supermarket tabloid, much less from Forbes." So basically, as much as Forbes didn't hold back, Kylie's camp is not holding back either. What I'm so curious on your take on this, Renee, is this is not, like they said, a supermarket tabloid. This is one of what we've come to believe is the most respected celebrity businesswoman directly up against one of the most accepted sources in financial reporting. So I don't know if we've ever faced anything like this before. What do you think?
No, we absolutely haven't. The thing is, when I initially read what was going on with Forbes and what they were claiming, I was like, oh my God, how embarrassing for Kylie. What's going to happen from here? And then reading Kylie's response and her lawyer's response, I'm like, oh, these people, they are, what is it? Even, I was going to say even
level
fighters.
playing field.
They're on a level playing field. Thank you, Fiona. Because what a comeback. I don't know who to believe. I genuinely don't. To be honest, I think the funniest move would be, personally, is I just want, like, she has a mobile bank app. I want a screenshot. I want a screenshot of her bank account, and I want it now. How much money is in there, Kylie? Will I cry when I see it because I'll realize how much money I don't have? That's what I want to see. I just think this story is absolutely wild. I think that Kylie and her lawyer shut Forbes down because truthfully, like, this is just not the time. Like, it's just not the time. It's not an appropriate time. It's like doing it's like, making a joke at a funeral. Like, it's just not the time to be doing this and to focus on how much money Kylie Jenner has. I'm enjoying it as someone that needs more entertainment and laughter in their day-to-day life. However, she made a really great point. They have their points, and at this point, I'm grabbing the popcorn. What's going to happen now? Are they going to publicly retract their statement?
That's what I'm saying.
Who we really have to hand it to, though, at the end of the day, is the almighty queen momager, Kris Jenner. Because let's be real. You guys, she owns a little piece of every one of her millions of dollar making children. And so it wouldn't be surprising, I think, to any of us if we found out she owned a little bit of Kylie Cosmetics. And I have no difficulty believing that she had this like 5-year plan, 6-year plan to get Kylie, 4-year plan to get Kylie on the cover of Forbes. That is one of the most believable things. It's like, is the sky blue? Obviously it's blue. Would Kris Jenner do whatever it takes to get Kylie a cover on Forbes? I believe it. Have you seen what this momager has maneuvered for her kids in the last decade? Like, this wouldn't be surprising.
No, and I mean, I think it's important to note we sort of skipped over the fact, but Kim Kardashian had her Forbes cover. And once Kim got her cover, that's when the plan was set in action to get Kylie one. So momager did it once. I have no doubt that she went, well, hang on a second. Let's get 2 of them up on there. Let's get Kylie her own cover. I agree with you. I think that the powers and the mind of Kris Jenner, we really don't know how far it can go. I mean, she's brilliant, no doubt.
And like, I just want to make this put this out there. Kris, if you're looking for another talent to manage, like, Fiona and I are open. We're here for you. We'll be the next Forbes cover. You can totally lie about our money. We'll fake all the statements you need. Like, we'll do it. Just call us up.
Okay, so clearly the real question here is Forbes going to respond again? Will we ever know who's telling the truth? Because to be honest with you guys, this information is so complicated and they could lay it all out for me and I think I would still be a little lost. So we want to know what you think. After reading this Forbes article, do you still think Kylie's a billionaire? Do you even care? And do you think we'll be hearing more from either party? Let us know in the comments.
And of course, if you'd like to keep up with us here at Shared News, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any updates. And trust me, I think there will be updates, so you want to subscribe. And of course, if you'd like to follow Fiona and I in the meantime, you guys can check me out at Renee Ariel on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. And Fiona, where can they follow you?
All of those same places at Fiona's Airing.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.